All right, so vault key fragments. So fun fact with these things, you actually don't have to have the silos in order to get to the vault keys, but it does help if you don't know exactly where you're looking at. And I recommend getting the silos anyway because it gives you fast travel locations. Anyway, the very first vault key fragment that we're going to find is right over here, just west of the Crimson Resistance headquarters, which you have to go to. That's actually where you start the game at, is right there. So there's going to be a little bandit camp over here. Now, I think they all are kind of similar, where there's one in the bandit camp, there's one in like a shrine area, then there's one kind of like tucked away, hidden. Anyway, there's some bandits here. You don't have to kill them, some rippers. You can if you want. It's completely up to you. But if you can just follow this path, kind of come around here, jump over there, kind of come behind this building on the crate, there's your very first vault key fragment. Right there. There are 3 of them in each location. And then the second one here, there's the area that's going to be at. So I fast traveled to the main little area of the Fate Fields. Forgot what it's called off the top of my head, but it's right there. It's actually undiscovered on my map. If you kind of come across these things, there'll be a question mark if they're undiscovered. If you actually discover them and actually look at it, it'll actually show up on your map, whether you have the silos or not. So I'm on my way there, kind of coming from like the main area. This one is the one that's just kind of like in a shrine kind of area. It's just kind of hanging out on its like pedestal. So this one is probably one of the easiest ones to get. You just kind of drive along this road here, and you're going to hang a right. Echo will literally lead you right to it if you found that question mark already. It's actually up there in that little cave area. But there's a grapple. You come up here. You come up to the second spot. There it is. The cave with the second vault key fragment right there. And every character will say something. You're going to have to get used to what they say, because I think they repeat themselves. But it's not that many, so it's probably fine. All right, so now we got the last and third one. You see the location where I'm at and the zone right there. We're going to zoom in. So I start from Safe House over there. I forgot which one it is. So that's one I actually found way before I actually went to look for it. And this one's kind of tricky. Not really, but kind of is. There's trickier ones later in the game. But this is probably going to be like the very first area. I mean, this is the first area you're at. So you're probably not quite used to what exactly they do yet. But this one's, I don't know, this one kind of gives you a taste of what to expect. So you're going to come up here, run over that wild horn. It's very important. Kind of come up this cliff. There's going to be a little bandit camp up here, a little ripper area. So when inside this little ripper area, there's going to be a little crate thing underneath, little vent. You're going to rip it off. You're going to slide, or I guess you can crawl underneath. And then if you look to your right, there's going to be a Ted Cycle holding it up with his left hand. Looks like it came straight out of Borderlands 3 to me. But you pick it up. There's also a Marcus bobblehead right here if you care. There's also a red chest to your left, and I'm kind of flexing here a little bit. So I don't open the chest while recording, but I opened it right after I finished recording. And if you want to look at what I got, boom, a plasma coil right there in the chest. It did take a little bit for me to actually pick it up because I was fighting with the lights. But yeah. You know, make sure you open up your red chest, because you never know what's going to be found in there. So the vault location itself, you can actually see it on the mini-map. It's up on that little plateau area right there. Just that rock formation, that is the actual vault. So if you fast travel to Wyclife's Reprieve, probably said that wrong. I'm sorry, I don't know how to speak whatever language that originates from. I know it's English, but I don't know what Wycliffe is. But you're going to hop in a car, come out of this little area first, obviously, as Echo took me a really long route. There we go. We're going to hop in a car. We're going to follow this road. Make sure you run into that barriers. That's beautiful. Love that. There we go. So you're going to land on this road. Now you're just going to kind of follow this road the whole way through. Eventually, there's going to be like this. I originally thought it was a dirt path. It's kind of like a mechanical bridge that's broke. That's actually where you're going to go to. So you're going to think, oh, turn left here. That's not where you turn left. That's not. Ignore the green area. It's not this little ripper camp. It's this little dirt path mechanical bridge right here. So you're going to come up here. You're going to jump over. You're going to hop off, hang a left. And you can kind of see it there in the distance. Kind of just keep climbing up. You can kind of climb up this little rock formation for a little shortcut. And it's right there. This is the vault. I think I actually put the marker right on top of the key. I did. How about that? There it is. You can see part of the vault's already made. Once you get closer, it would actually build the vault, and you have a place to put the key in. Here it comes. Arch of Insepitus, Arc of Insepitus, whatever. Insert the key fragments, and then you're going to go through the very first vault monster, if you choose this to be your first vault monster. I believe this should be your first vault monster, as this is the first location in the game. The vault's going to construct in front of you, and so every vault is pretty much the same. They're all pretty similar to one another. You get the 3 keys, you put them in. So this one's just kind of more out in the open. Carcadia Burns is also in the open, and Terminal Range is kind of hidden away. Anyway, you're going to go through. It's going to load up a new area. So every single vault kind of has this mission thing at the beginning. You're going to want to accept that, and then you're going to have a guardian, the watcher, kind of talking about some lore stuff. If you're interested in that, I wasn't too concerned with it. I'm still waiting for the big war that we had. So every single vault area is kind of the same. You kind of fight through the platform to platform, to island to island. Fun fact, that is the only time my whole game has stuttered since I've got this. So once you get to the final area, this is actually going to be where the boss is. You're going to have a little cutscene of him. This one, I believe, is the Insepitus. Correct? Yes. Primordial Guardian Insepitus. So, Insepitus is probably one of the more mechanical bosses in the whole game, to be honest with you. So he has a big shield, he has some flesh, he has a bunch of tail whip attacks. There we go, he kind of grabs you and tail whips you back. But the real thing is he has a little cocoon phase, and you're going to have to knock him back down off of this cocoon while there's venom and poison underneath of you. You're going to have to climb up on top here and shoot him down. And when you shoot him down, the fight kind of comes back to normal. He will be dazed for a little bit, but I don't actually think it's long enough to actually really do anything. So as you see, he's down, but now he's already back up. So fast forward in the fight, you can also like take off like his shoulders and find more crit spots, but I don't really do that. I kind of just bullet hose him. Towards the end of the fight here, I do get up. Boom. So there it is, the very first vault monster down. So every single vault monster kind of gives you a reward of some sort of power, and it's all related to your glide pack. It's kind of lame, kind of cool in my opinion. I don't really know. It's nice you get upgrades, but I don't know if this is the big... I mean, it kind of is big. It feels lame, but movement's also the most important thing in the game, so I don't know. There it is. You claim your reward. You're going to have 2 red chests here. Make sure you pick those up. And then once you're done with these red chests, once you're done getting your reward, you're going to run through the rift, and you're going to be right outside the final jump area to the vault monster. So where you can actually do it again, the Mad Moxie Encore machine is right by the jump pad. Oh yeah, there was a legendary in the event machine. I was going to be honest with you. I was editing this, and I did not remember why I had that in. You're going to hit that Encore machine. Here's a little blooper for you. This is the exit over here. Don't know why I went this way, but it's even more embarrassing. It's not that I went that way, but that I fell off the big giant rock platform. So that was kind of embarrassing. So for his actual drops, I believe every single vault monster has a chance to drop a class mod. I have him up on the screen right here. He also has a chance to drop the Raven Fire, which I think I actually got to drop during this. He also drops an extra medium energy shield, and he also drops a Ombre Husky Friend. This Husky Friend, sorry. Which is like a turret gun, turret Theodore gun. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know any of these things that well. Maybe the class mods are good. I don't really haven't dove too deep inside the weapons yet. So I'm still kind of making my build. I have a Rafa, which is pretty good, but yeah, that is the Vault of Insepitus and the Fade Fields Vault done.
Okay, Carcadia Burn. Fun fact, I have this labeled as Carcadia Burns and was calling it Carcadia Burns pretty much the whole time I was playing this game. Just now realized it's singular, not plural. Anyway, the very first one here, you're going to go to Carcadia, like the main town, faction town area. And there's this little island a little bit to the, I was going to say right, but I guess it's kind of to the, what, north of it? Northeast looks like according to compass. Basically, you just go out the door, take a right, and you're just going to glide on over. And it's going to be on the little second floor of this kind of building that's kind of just destroyed. There it is. Here's your vault symbol. So next one here, we're going to start at the rustic hurl silo. and it's gonna be right up there. You could probably go to the Arch of Radix too, the vault, if you already done it, but if you don't have it, this is how you get to it, what I think is the fastest way. So this one kind of is awkward to get out of. So I went out through the tunnel, but I think you can also go out through the like glide out of there too. The thing about Carcadia Burn is that it's kind of a weird place to navigate. It's very like cliff heavy. Does that make any sense? Like you can't really run and then there's a cliff and you have to jump and you got to go down. It's kind of whole area is kind of like that. Anyway, if you just follow my path in here, you're going to run right into the vault symbol. So just kind of follow this road. And once you get about to 100 meters away on that road, it's going to be on the other side of this rock, right next to this kicker, right next to the vault. And yeah, there you go. Next vault symbol. So for this next one, it's going to be located right here, and we're going to fast travel to Makeshift Chalet. And you can go this way. Echo 4 told me to turn around, so I turned around. But as long as you get to the main road and kind of just hang a right from Makeshift and then just kind of go south, you're going to run right into this one too. Once again, this one is on the side of a rock. Very easy to spot if you know where to look. So once you get to Smackwater, it's going to be on your left here. And it's just going to be on the side of this rock right there. There it is. So once again, we're going to fast travel to Makeshift Chalet. This time, we're going to come out, take a left, and go north up the road. And once again, you're just going to follow the road. This one is actually on the other side of a ship. So you're going to see a ship on your left. You're going to have to go around to the other side, and the vault symbol will be located right on the side of it. So you're going to see tonnage peel here. You're going to take a left. You're going to peel off to the left. And there's a ship I was talking about. It's kind of broken in half. It's not inside of it. It's around it. So you're going to jump out of your car and then be on the edge of the cliff here. And it's going to be located right there. So the icon for this next one is actually hidden underneath the silo up here. So we're at the Sight Unseen, and it's right below it. So you're gonna go to Sight Unseen, you're gonna go back out the entrance to Sight Unseen, jump down, and there it is. That one's probably the easiest one to get. So this next one, very close to the low rise here. So if you just fast travel to the low rise, and you literally just jump and glide, you'll be able to just glide right to it. So we're gonna jump off of this edge here. We're gonna glide pretty much straight to it. But if you're stumped and looking for exactly where it is, there's gonna be a bunch of cargo containers that is underneath this bridge here. And you're just gonna go underneath the bridge to the west, it looks like, and it's gonna be located right there on the left. So this next one, starting from the Judgment Labs silo, we're actually gonna go out of the silo and follow the road that's right underneath of it. We're going to jump off this ledge. I get a little confused from Echo 4 here because Echo 4 kind of sucks, but you actually want to go right off that ledge and then just kind of follow the road once again. A lot of following the road on the Carcadia Burn, isn't there? So you're going to get to Payne Street. You're going to take a right down Payne Street. And once you get to the middle, you're going to hang a left. You're going to go over this little ramp bridge thing. And it's going to be located, it's kind of on the ground, so it's actually up above you. So you actually have to go inside this little ripper camp that is to our left here. I've ruined some plans. I never knew what the name of this one was called. And you're going to have to go up and jump down onto the rock. So eventually here, we're going to jump off. We're going to look down, and there it is. You just have to hop right onto it. So this one's fun. It's going to be located right here, a little north, really directly north of Dominion. So this one is funny because we're going to start from the silo here in the Rustical Hurl. This one's funny because I grabbed them all and then I had to go back and get this one. I didn't know I didn't have it. So, fun moment this one. This one's really easy to miss, but we're just gonna jump onto the silo, glide on and down to the road, and then we're just gonna follow the road a little bit. So once you get to that fast travel spot, you're gonna hang a right into the excrucible order checkpoint here, and there's gonna be a spot that you have to grapple up onto the left here. I took kind of a long route to get there. This is the first time I've actually ever been in this area the whole time I've played this game, so I was a little lost and confused, but right there, you're gonna grapple up, and then you're just gonna have to run over 100 meters to the vault symbol. Pretty easy one to find. It's kind of on the side of the checkpoint here. So you just kind of come around the corner, look at the wall, and there it is. A lot of look at the wall in this area, isn't there? So from Wild Horn's Beard, this one is pretty easy to get. It's literally just right next to the road inside this little rock arc formation. It's also right next one of those guys falling from the sky side missions, if you have those unlocked, which if you're making a new character, you're gonna have them all unlocked anyway. Regardless, this is the path to take it. So once you get to this water area, you can just kind of cut through the water. I kind of do, kind of don't. And then you're gonna land up on this road. This is where the side mission is of the guy falling. Where's he at? There he is. And instead of going through this area, we're gonna hang a right, and there it is. So if you fast travel to the Fallen Crown, you're gonna have to backtrack a little bit back to that ramp where you take in order to get to this area in the main story. So this one is kind of on the outside edge of the map, looking over a cliffside. You'll see it here in a minute. So this one's actually probably pretty easy to miss. I don't know if the vault symbol will show up as you walk by it on a new character through a new playthrough or not. Still, if you don't know where it is, this is where you go. So you're going to kind of come around this shack, go around to the edge of the cliff, and it's going to be right on the wall right there. So the next two that we got are actually going to be located inside Elpis's orbital shatter field. So I'm just going to go and get them both here at once. You basically just have to run through the map anyway to get to these spots. So we're fast traveling here to the Elpis orbital shatter field. So if you look here at the map, this is where the very first one is, pretty close to the entrance actually. And then the second one is actually way towards the end of the map right there. So obviously we're just going to kind of cut through right to where we get the very first one. I really like Elpis. I really like when the games kind of tie into each other. This is probably my favorite area in Borderlands 4 because it kind of, it's literally is the pre-sequel. This is the remains of the Borderlands pre-sequel, which is probably a good way to put that game. I feel like that game got kind of a bad rep. I don't know if it really deserved it, but nonetheless, here we are. So you're going to see this very first doll sign right here. So both of these vault symbols are near a doll sign. This one is actually... You're probably going to get this one on your first story playthrough. But if you forgot where it is, I'm here for you. This one is literally just right on the path. Like it's literally on the path. It's so hard to miss. So jump down and you can see it already. It's right there. You pretty much have to go this way, I think. Maybe you can avoid it if you choose that grapple, but why would you? It's simple. It's nice, easy, 5 SDU points. So we're actually just going to continue on from this point to get the second one. So the second one is actually right next to a doll doorway. Pretty easy to get, but there's actually 2 doll doorways, so don't be confused. It's not through the first one. It's right before the second one to its right, kind of up scaffolding kind of. So just kind of follow along the beaten path here. So there's the very first doorway you're going to go through, and then once you get through it, you're going to see the second one, but you're not going to go through the second. So ignore all the enemies here. These are higher level enemies. Even though I'm level 33 and this is a story area, I don't know why they're so deadly compared to me, but that's okay. It's right up here on the scaffolding, right to the right. And there it is, the second and last vault symbol here at Elpis, and I went down. I don't remember if I get back up or not. Well, kind of do. So the last two that we're going to grab here inside Moon called Throne. I'm showing you where they're located here. So this is kind of where the boss is. We're going to fast travel to Moon called Throne. So this is also just kind of like Elpis, kind of like Alatar Soul if you already got that one too. You just kind of run through the map and you're going to probably bump into them. I don't think there's any weird things hiding in this one. So this one, we're already kind of right by it. Basically, we're just going to turn around. And that's all it is. You're just going to turn around. Boom. Vault symbol 1. So for this second one here, you're just going to continue on through the map till you get to this room where there's a bridge that you can grapple up onto. So just keep following the beaten path for a little while. So go through this doorway. This one is also easy to miss, but it makes sense where it's at. It's very easy to get to. Basically, we're going to grapple up here to the bridge. And instead of going and killing that guy, we're actually going to go up the walkway and to the right. And it's kind of just heading around the corner over here. So Terminus Range, we're going to start over here in the Cuspid Climb. So this one is actually really close to one of the silos. Not the actual safe or safe house fast travel of the silo, but the actual physical thing that you grapple onto that flings you up in the air. It's very close to it. So if you got that silo, you can probably get this vault symbol. You probably already have it on your map if you did get it. But if you didn't have it, this is kind of where it is. You kind of just climb up here. This is where the silo is. So you see the silo there on the left. Just kind of jump over to this rock formation and fail to jump, apparently. There we go. And there it is, just on the side of the rock right there. Okay, so the second one here, we're going to start from the same fast travel spot. So Echo 4 is going to tell you to, go a really long way around to get it. I'm not going to do that because there's an elevator right there. And all you got to do is glide to the elevator. And you're going to skip probably about half the trip. The only thing with the elevator is you do have to wait for it to come down. And there are enemies in the area. They're not like super hard enemies. They're just like normal order people. But there you go. Hit the red button. And then you wait for the elevator. I'm just shooting people because, I'm just waiting. There it is. Don't know how long it takes. All right, there it is. Get on the elevator, hit the lever, and then just don't die on your way up. I think I actually did die one time on the way up. So I was in Fight for Your Life mode at like way up here, and I was just like, well, gotta re-record that. Anyway, you get up to the top. You just skipped a lot of traveling. Now you're only about 350 meters away. You still have to go up, so it's actually up there. So Terminus Range, I believe this is like the vertical map. But if you go over here, there's a grappling hook. There's another grappling hook. Jump up here. And it's gonna follow the path to your left here. It's gonna be a wall to climb. Some order enemies. Climb up the wall. And run to the left, kind of go around. If there's a lot of enemies like this, kind of go around those. But there's going to be another wall right here, kind of out of the way. So make sure you can use Echo if you're kind of lost and confused there. Just kind of go through this little base area, and you're going to be near a crawler. Which I haven't done this crawler yet, but it's up there is where you're going to want to go. So go up here. And I believe I don't do it the correct way. I think I actually grab a vehicle. Yeah, so this is the way I did it. There is actually a grappling hook on the other side of like where we came, but you can also do it this way. You just jump in your vehicle, jump out. It was a slingshot you up, and there it is. Boom. Vault symbol acquired. Now this is the way you're supposed to go. I come down the way you're supposed to go. The grappling hook is right there. I guess I didn't see it the first time through, but I don't know. I wanted to show some vehicle tech. Okay, so we're gonna go to a different fast travel area, the Grey Havenge fast travel. So this one is, if you remember when you were getting the vault keys, the segments, the fragments rather, there is an enemy, a wolf, I forgot his name, that's kind of in a cave and it's kind of guarding one of the vault fragments. It's kind of on the path that I did to get up to there. So if you kind of run back to that area, you will go right by the vault symbol. But if you haven't, I'm going to show you how I got up to this area. So we're going to follow this road, go across this bridge, and we're going to hang a right. We're going to grapple up here, follow this wall up. Climb up this grappling hook. Up over the gap. And now you're kind of in, I'm not really sure if this is like a Ripper camp or what this actually is. Looks like there's a bunch of creepers, so it's a very like unique area, but I don't know the name of this like spot. But instead of going over the bridge, you're gonna go underneath of it into this cave. And in the cave is your next vault symbol, kind of facing out towards the waterfall. Okay, our next vault symbol, this one is kind of a tricky spot. But if you go to Sanctuary 3, or I'm sorry, Bones of Sanctuary, it's kind of hidden, and I don't think Echo 4 can actually get there. This is a location of one of the Maurice vending machines. So if you know where Maurice was, or where Maurice can be, he's kind of over in that vicinity. So you're going to go from the Bones of Sanctuary, literally just follow the route that I'm going. And there's going to be a little cave area over here that you're going to slide down into. Boom. And then from here, you just follow the path. And you're going to see, there's the Maurice vending machine I was talking about. So around this dumpster is your vault symbol. So our fifth one, we're going to have to go all the way up here. And we're actually into a different area. We're into Heritage Opus, fast traveling spot. This is the one which is very close to the vault where you kind of jump down into the road. Guess what we're going to do? We're going to jump down onto the same road. So from here, you're going to literally just follow the path. And then you're going to kind of go across the water. And you're going to go straight into this waterfall. I think there's actually a side mission that goes back here. I don't remember that much, but come in. And I was lucky enough to get a Rift Champion over here, so you know, I'm going to try to ignore that on my playthrough because I don't want to screw up this walkthrough. Anyway, there's the vault symbol. To the left there, you kind of just have to climb up. If you find this spot right here, you climb up, you can jump up. This one's pretty easy to get as long as you can kind of find it inside this little ice cave that's behind the waterfall. I mean, there's not really much to this one. It's pretty basic, generic jumping. And yeah, here's your vault symbol. Okay, number 6 here, halfway done. We're going to go for this fast travel from the night cap. So this one is another one where it's kind of right by a vault key fragment, if you remember. However, you're not going to go near where you got the vault key fragment. This one is actually up. So we're going to go to that checkpoint. And this time, you're actually going to go hop up into this ladder area that's right here. So you're going to grapple up, get on the ladder. and just kind of follow the pathing around this walkway. Go around the building here, and there it is. Boom. So for this next one, you're going to want to go from the death right silo. There's a vault symbol right there. So I don't actually know the actual way to get to this one without using the silo. So what you're going to want to do is jump down from the fast travel, jump all the way to the silo, use the grappling on the silo, and then you're going to kind of head for, there's like a frozen waterfall. You're going to see it here in a minute once I get up in the air. So it's going to kind of want to push you away from it, but you want to go towards this frozen waterfall. And there's a wall that you can climb as long as you get up on the cliff. I thought maybe there's a grappling hook up there, but no, this is the wall you want to get to. Climb up the wall, and then from the wall, there's not really a whole lot of landmarks to kind of tell you which way to go, but you want to kind of go to the right here. I believe I use Echo. Oh yeah, this is when I learned you can use pings. And I hop in the vehicle, but kind of just follow this path that kind of goes to the right. You're going to go underneath this ice arc. If you're going that way, you know you're going the right way. And then there's like a metal wall to your right. You're going to be on the other side of that. So just don't make sure you fall off. Go around there, and there's your vault symbol. So this next one is actually kind of underneath the path. If you kind of come up here to the snowy wells, pretty easy to get to, actually. I think I pretty much glide right from it. So if you kind of jump off, I don't know what's going on with these guys. Jump off this corner and glide over to basically right where it's telling you to go. As a reminder, when you kind of go near one, they'll actually show up on the minimap. So it's actually underneath this bridge and another one that's kind of hidden behind a waterfall. For some reason, this one reminds me of like a troll from like Skyrim or something. I don't know why. That's what I thought of the whole time. But you're gonna jump down here, and you're gonna see, oh, it's right over there. So from underneath the bridge, Echo 4 kind of doesn't help you like at all. But if you kind of jump down here, kind of go around, you're gonna notice there's a little platform underneath, and there it is. The vault symbol underneath the walkway, kind of underneath the water even. So this next one, a bit of a trip, but not very hard to get. So once again, you're gonna start from Snowy Wells. This one, you're pretty much just gonna follow the road. Not really anything special here. It's just kind of on top of a building. So I jump off the corner, I hop on the vehicle, then I kind of just drive there. So once you kind of reach where I believe it's called the Sainted Cup is, if I think this might be a world event. If not, there is a bunch of side missions and stuff around here. So it's basically just on top of that building. Just kind of hop off your vehicle, grapple up high right here. If you need to, you have that little boost from the wind. And then you just kind of glide on over. Make sure you get up onto the top of the roof. It's actually on top. So you land. Then you gotta climb one more time, and it's on this side of this building. So we got one more in the open world part of Terminus Range. It's way up here to the north. Once again, this is gonna be one where you kind of just hop in your vehicle and drive to. Nothing too special. But we do get two more after this with the Violector area. So I kind of just jump off the corner again, same corner I did for that one underneath the bridge, underneath the waterfall. Except this time I'm just going to hop on my vehicle eventually and just drive there. And this was a bit of a trip. So this one, not really a close fast traveling spot to it. You're just going to have to grind out the drive. Pretty boring in my opinion. I don't know. These big open worlds are not my biggest. I'm not the biggest fan of them. I'd rather just load in a map and be there. But whatever, it is what it is. This is the direction they went, and I don't hate them for trying it, but I would have much rather like smaller worlds. That's a bit of a tangent. Anyway, follow the road, and then you're gonna come off to the right here. Kind of follow this uphill slope area. There's gonna be a lot of trees. This thing is just on a rock formation to the left. So hop off. I guess it is kind of on the way to an auger mine. Now I'm looking at the compass. And there it is, right there. Kind of out in the open. I had a weird little collision detection there. Boom. So this next one is in the Umbral Foundry. And to get to this spot is actually kind of tricky. So you can't, if you haven't unlocked it, and let's say you made a level 30 character, you actually have to go all the way up here and go through rifts to actually get to this Umbral Foundry area. Of course, if you played the story, you already have it unlocked. Anyway, these are where the 2 vault symbols are located. They're kind of just on the way, just like all the other ones inside this area. I really like these like pathways to the bosses, to the big bosses anyway. So you're going to run through the map. You can fight the enemies. You don't have to fight the enemies. You can do whatever you want. You just got to run through the map. And when you get to this little platform area where you grapple up there, it's going to be on your left, a little bit away from the beaten path, kind of down below. And there's your first vault symbol inside this area. Now, the second one actually confused me at first. So I'm right here, right next to the boss, right where the boss would be. So there's a door right in front of us that we have to unlock. As you see, there's Vile Lictor right on the other room. So you have to grab a canister and put it in there. And I don't think it tells you this anywhere in the game, but there's the canister right there to unlock it. And you just place it in. Or, you know, in my case, you throw it because I'm stupid. It's over here, actually. You just place it in. It's kind of like one of those claptrap grabbing things that is in the open world. These enemies were bothering me. They had to go. Sorry. And yeah, it opens up the door and there it is. Right there. Vault symbol. That one tricked me.
Dominion vault symbol. So we're going to start here from the Final Defiance fast travel. If you don't know what that is, it's the very first one you kind of unlock. So we're basically just going to come out, and this one's pretty easy to get. You're going to just run straight kind of east, and there's going to be this little area here. You're going to have to go underneath. So as you see, Echo 4 wants you to kind of go around and down right over there. So what you actually want to do is ignore all these enemies, and you want to just jump down to the right and jump on to this little area. If you did a side mission, which you have to do to unlock these vault symbols, you have to come over here. But there is the very first vault symbol right there. So the second one here, we're going to stay in the Carcadia district. We're going to start from the exact same fast travel spot. One annoying thing about the vault symbols in Dominion is that you can't drive a vehicle, so you're going to have to run everywhere in order to actually get to where you need to go. So I did try to go from the nearest fast travel spot just to kind of show you guys the route to get to these places. But I believe this one actually is one that you have to do the Price of Freedom side mission to actually unlock. So Price of Freedom has like 2 or 3 parts to it. You only have to do the first one to unlock this one. But you basically just kind of come around here, follow this path to the south, and you're going to dip to the left. There's going to be a door that you have to kind of enter. And this door is locked until you do that side mission. It's kind of like a little miniature town right through here. Boom. So yeah, there's like this little city area kind of tucked away behind a side mission. So you're going to have to go to the right up of these stairs. And it's going to be right on the wall over here in the corner. So for the third one, we're going to start here at Sump View Falls over here in the Fades District. So the route I take to this one is a little interesting because if you take the route I took, there will be a boss. If you did a side mission, there is a encore machine, so I guess the boss won't spawn. But there might be a better way to get to the area. I kind of just follow the Echo 4 route because a lot of these things are kind of hard to navigate. But if you kind of come up here, this is the arena of the boss. But I'm basically just using it as kind of like a shortcut. So jump up here, jump up there. One last ledge. I failed to jump. That's amazing. This is how you're supposed to get out of the arena, by the way. And it's to the left. So I guess you could do the side mission, do the boss, and then you can kind of get this on the way out. But there it is, right next to the exit of the boss arena. So for this next one, we're going to start again from Sump View Falls. This one is kind of near the entrance to the next district. Forgot the name of it at the current time. Sorry about that. But if you start from Sump View, just kind of run along, grapple up here. This one is kind of up above, like on the rooftops area. And I think I get a little confused here, but As long as you stay vertical, you should be able to find it. So you're going to jump across to this area. As you see, that bridge is kind of going, and I kind of hesitated and failed to jump there, but you just got to stay up. That's the key. So you want to be up here. Jump up to this. You see that blue tank? You're going to jump across to that blue tank. And I managed to land in the one bit of water, the whole area. Yeah. So from the rooftop with the blue tank, you're going to jump over to this little porch area, and it's going to be over here around the right. So in the Terminus District, this was probably the easiest one to get to in the Dominion Falls area. It's literally just right next to the fast travel, right there, in a little hidden room right next to the fast travel. Not much to that one. So from the food court, this one you're going to have to do a side mission called, I believe, Old Raymond. There it is. It's actually on the, I actually just completed it right before I did this. So the Old Raymond unlocks these sewage system inside Dominion. And in order to reach the vault symbol, you have to unlock the sewage systems first. But once you unlock it, this one is literally just through the door to the left. Nothing special about this one. So these last two are actually in the Upper Dominion, which is where you fight the Timekeeper. So you're going to fast travel. I fast travel to the Encore that's right next to RJ's Encore. And I do feel like Upper Dominion's a little difficult to navigate sometimes. So I'm going to go from this fast travel and kind of show you. Echo 4, once again, does not help you at all. I know that's a big shocker at this point. We should just be used to it. But you're going to come through here. You're basically going to have to just kind of climb like you did in the story. Climb this wall. Turn around. There is a couple chests on the way there, so feel free to grab those as you go. You never know what might pop out through them. So you're going to enter this area. If you played the story, you're going to know it. There's a bunch of crotch everywhere, and you have to kind of platform your way through. Basically, you're just gonna kind of follow the room out. Nothing really too crazy here, but once you get to the end, a part that I feel like it's hard to remember is that you have to grapple out of this area onto a wall. If I remember correctly, like you have to grapple and then jump to a wall or something. So right here, the grappling point's right there, and then the wall is right over there. Once you do that, it's pretty straightforward. I don't think these two are hidden too well. As you see, it's only, what, 60 meters ahead of me. You just kind of jump down again, and it's going to be right there on our left. Pretty hard to miss if you play the story, to be honest with you. And then we're going to start from this location to get to the second one. Second one's a little harder to miss, but still pretty easy. It's that spot where you take those pyramids and you kind of turn them down to platform them. It's right next to those. So instead of going the main route, you have to kind of look to your left and jump off to your left. It's in another one, like little hidden room kind of things. So we're going to start from the last vault symbol. We're just going to kind of continue down the street, up the stairs. We're going to run into those pyramids that I was talking about right here. So go ahead. I don't know if you have to do the first one, but I did the first one. I jumped up here, and then I turned around, and there it was, hidden behind a waterfall. A little secret room. And that's it. That's a very last vault symbol that we need to get in Dominion.